Hi, this is Peter, and I'm here to show you the ST2 smartphone app. So what you're going to need is either an iOS or Android phone, and then you're going to go to the Apple Store or the Play Store and search for myStromer. Not just Stromer, but myStromer, and that way you'll find it. You can download it right there, and then once you've got it on your phone, it's going to be a little icon like this. So we can just tap on there, and the first time you get in, you're going to have to use your login that your dealer is going to set you up with. So all of that should be set up by the time you have your bike, and you just log right in. And then you have lots of different functions that you can use to access your bike. If you have more than one bike, you can see it here. And for example, this one is called Happy Bike. That's the bike right there. And if you have another bike and it's not connected, it'll actually show you right at the top so you know whether it's connected. So if we go right back to Happy Bike, the first thing that I want to show you is the locking mode. So if you click lock on the screen, what that's going to do is communicate to the bike via the cell phone network. And it's actually going to send a command to lock your bike. And then if someone tries to move it, it'll actually go into theft mode, it'll report its position to you, and it'll actually let you know that the bike is being moved. So you can see when it's locked because it'll have this little blue shield sphere around your bike so you know that it's safe. But we want to unlock our bike now, so we click unlock, and that command is going to go again back to the cell network, down to your bike, and there it is unlocked. With every Stromer you have, every ST2, you have a GPS capability so you can find your bike on a map. So there we are, and if you tap on the map itself, in here you can see where you are on a map. We'll just zoom out a bit. And then you can also see that there's a bunch of different Stromer dealers around here. If you click that button, it takes you straight to the dealer and back to your bike and then wherever you are. You can also, if you've got like lots of friends with lots of Stromers and you don't know which one is yours, you can actually start the lights flashing. And that way, if it's like dark and you want to find your bike, you can just set the lights flashing. A bit further down, you'll see, has your Stromer been stolen? So if it has been stolen and you want to get it back, then you would probably want to click, has your Stromer been stolen? And activate the theft mode. Theft mode sets your bike into a locked mode where it will lock the rear wheel so it can't move. And it will also start the lights flashing so that it indicates it's kind of a bike in distress. And you'll be able to find your position of your bike using the GPS function on the phone. And you've also got this little red sphere to indicate the locking mode is activated. Below you'll see your position, and that stays nice and up to date so you can track it down. All right, but our bike really hasn't been stolen, so we'll just click exit theft mode to deactivate, and that will take your bike right back into the normal mode, and you're set to ride. Now that we've taken a look at that first screen, let's take a look at the settings. So when you tap that button, you'll get into a general settings and parameters about the bike. You can change the name, you can change the motor tuning, see more detailed specifics, and even some service cues. So the first thing I want to show you is the motor tuning, because this is really what's so cool about the app, allowing you to directly change the performance of your bike. So what you see up top is a kind of comparison that's showing an overlap between range and motor output. So range has to do with obviously how far you can go with your current battery charge, and output is kind of the torque and the power and the speed that you're going to get out of the motor given these settings. So you have speed, you have torque, and you have agility. Speed is pretty obvious. Torque is how quickly the bike will accelerate and how much sort of power the motor will give you instantaneously. And then agility relates to how quickly the motor turns on and how quickly the motor cuts out whenever you're pedaling. So when we have it on high agility, and that's all the way up, the motor will instantly cut in as soon as you press on the pedal. And it will also instantly cut out as soon as you let go of the pedal. When you bring the agility down, you kind of smooth that out. So as you step on the pedal, it ramps up into the speed and the power. And then when you stop pedaling, it kind of ramps down again. So the motor has a little bit more of a smooth, even performance. So whatever you set this at, right, whatever you want it to be, however you like it, you can then click save. And what that's going to do is, again, communicate to the network and save the parameter to the bike. So you get a little check mark that you're all good. And you have a bunch of different settings in here. And whatever you select to save to the bike, that's going to be on mode number 2. So 1 is low, 2 is custom, and 3 is high power. And when it is set there, it'll have a 2 with a little asterisk on it to indicate that it's set in that way. So the thing below this is some statistics about your bike. These are kind of trip statistics and cumulative total statistics. So we have a total here with a badge saying, hey, we've done our first 10 kilometers, that's great. Some lifetime stats there. The battery has a charge, 55%, and also a health status. You have temperature for the battery and also for the motor. And then you have some further settings over here. So what you get in these further settings is auto lock, language, unit, and time format. Auto lock means is the bike going to automatically lock itself, kind of the same way a computer monitor will go to sleep. So if we have it on never, the bike is just going to stay on as long as it's on, and it's going to turn off whenever we turn it off. If we set it to auto lock after 5 minutes, it will automatically lock itself after 5 minutes of not being used. So that's a great thing if you're not sure if you have to jump on and off the bike a couple times. Some people prefer to have it auto lock so that they have to enter their PIN, and that prevents someone from just kind of like running away with your bike if you don't happen to lock it when you stop somewhere. So then you can choose your language. You have German, English, French, Italian, and Dutch. Kilometers and miles for your distance units, and down here your time format, either 12 or 24 hours. All right, so there we go, we can save it there. And the last setting on this page is actually whether you've forgotten your PIN. Now we did that in another video, but basically if you have forgotten your PIN, you can click on this one and it will send you a text message with a temporary PIN that you can use to update it to whatever you want in the meantime. All right. The last thing we have in this menu is called Service Booklet. Now the Service Booklet is kind of like a history of all the work that's been done on your bike. On your bike, you should have lots of numbers under bike components for the motor, the battery, and the fork, etc. Just serial numbers to track which ones they are. You'll also have a display and a COM module firmware number. And then over here is your service history. If you had any, it would be there. Cool, so now we'll go over to the user account information. This would have the email showing you which email is registered to this bike. It would also have a user guide for you, so it would bring you to the online user guide in case you have any questions. Help and FAQ, again, is an online resource for you. Contact is contact information for Stromer if you have a question that you can't find information online. This is a little form you can fill out to send that contact directly to them. Under legal notice, this just has information about the Stromer company in case you just want to know who's in charge. The last setting, which I think is the most fun, is going to be the camera setting. So this is where you can take a photo of your bike and you can apply effects to it. So design 1, design 2, and we can upload this automatically to Facebook or Instagram or email it. And let's see, you got one that's me and myStromer, so let's do that. Flip the camera around here. And there you go, let me send that off by email. Cool, well that's basically it for the myStromer app. Lots of different ways to interact with your bike, to change it and customize it to be exactly how you like. And remember, you want to download myStromer, not just Stromer, and then you'll log in with the information that your dealer gives you. And make sure that you give them an email that you use often and a phone number that you use often in case you need to get notifications for a lost bike or a changed PIN number or anything like that. So thanks very much for watching and have fun.